guys, we have a dessert collab for you today. I was invited to do this collab by Mel from Mel's Weight Loss Journey, if I can say that correctly. And I was kind of nervous because I didn't know which dessert to make. I didn't want to make my Butterfinger dessert again, so I wanted to make something different, and I am not good at dessert. So I decided to make a blueberry cheesecake dessert. And this is a no-bake version, so it's really, really fast. And it's only 4 grams of sugar per quarter of the pie. And this is a 9-inch pie. So if you have a quarter of it, it's 4 grams of sugar. And guess what? 2 smart points. Only 2. And I put it in my recipe builder, and everything is exactly what I say it is. So unless you use a different product than I do, you might want to put it in the recipe builder and check it out. Yeah, it worked out really well. My husband loved it and I loved it. I had 1/8 of a slice today. I didn't have one yesterday because I didn't want to add it on to my points yesterday. I loved it. It was super good, and it was definitely cheesecakey, even though it wasn't baked or anything. It was very cool. I just thought I'd share this one with you because it was so easy. So if you're in a quick hurry, heck, we left it in the fridge for maybe an hour before I served a piece to my husband, and it worked out great. It didn't, it was kind of soft a little bit. It didn't harden up as much as it could have, and as it did today. Today, when I took my slice out, it was like a cheesecake, so it was perfect. His slice was a little bit more limpy, I guess, but it still worked out. It came out of the pan just fine. I just had to kind of scoop it out a little easier and have a spatula under there. So it worked out great. There's also several other people doing this collab with us, and I will link them all down below. So check out their channels and see what desserts they make. They all sound like they're making some good desserts. So you guys should be all set for desserts. It should be very fun. So I will let you go now, and I'm going to bring you to my dessert. All right, guys, we are making blueberry cheesecake. And the pointage on this is 1/4 of the cake for 2 smart points, or 1/8 of it for 1. You choose. And this is a 9-inch pie pan, and these are the hosts of the party. We have organic cornstarch. This is sugar, stevia in the raw, cheesecake sugar-free, fat-free, Fage fat-free, and 2 cups of blueberries, which turns out to be exactly 11 ounces. That is all you're going to need. And let me show you how to make this. All right, guys, I am making a blueberry cheesecake dessert. What I did was I took 2 cups of blueberries, which just so happens to be 11 ounces of blueberries. That was exactly 2 cups when I measured it out. I put the blueberries in this pan, put it on medium heat, and I'm just cooking the blueberries, 2 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of real sugar, and then 1/2 tablespoon of stevia in the raw. And that's what I have in the pan right here. It calls for 2 tablespoons of sugar. I didn't want that many points in my dessert, so I just kind of evened it out. And we're going to let this come to a boil. I'm going to turn up the heat to 5, about medium. And we're going to let this come to a boil. And I washed the blueberries first and rinsed them out, and then just added the sugar and the water. That's it so far. Boiling nicely. We're going to stir it up a little bit. And let it keep boiling away. It's getting a little bit more mushy now. All right, guys, I added 1.5 tablespoons of the organic cornstarch to this mixture, and as you can see, it's nice and thick now. So this is pretty much done. I'm going to remove it from the heat and let it cool while I finish up the other part of the dish. What I have in here is 15 ounces of Fage yogurt and one of these small boxes, which is 4.5 cup servings. It's the 1 ounce box of cheesecake sugar-free Jello pudding mix. And that's all I have in that bowl. I'm going to mix it up real good and show you the next part of this dish. Guys, I've added 1 tablespoon of stevia in the raw to that mixture as well. So there's the 3 items in there: the Fage yogurt 15 ounces, 1 tablespoon of stevia, and the small box of cheesecake Jello pudding mix. And now what we're going to do is we're going to dump this in our pan and flatten it out. Okay guys, that springform pan was way too big, so I switched it over to my standard pie pan. It is, you know, it would fit right inside there. This is a standard pie pan. Not even sure exactly how big it is, but it is just a standard pie pan. Oh, it's a 9-inch, it says right there. So 9-inch pie pan works perfectly for this recipe. And I think it'll be fine. I sprayed it with a little olive oil, so it should be okay getting this out of here. In the meantime, our stuff is cooling here, and I'm going to dump all of this right on top as soon as this gets cool enough. And FYI, guys, I just tasted this and the cheesecake. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This is my first time making this, so I'm hoping that it all turns out and that I can share this recipe in hopes that you guys will actually enjoy it. So it's super good alone. So I'm imagining together it's going to be divine. The finished product, guys, I can't wait to taste it. It's going in the fridge right now to cool off for a few hours, and I will cut the first slice for my husband when he gets home. Guys, it is the next day, and my husband had a quarter of this pie, which is 2 smart points. I had an eighth of a piece, which is 1 smart point, and I have to tell you, this is so good. So good. And it actually, you can pull that out with a fork or whatever, and it stays in its slices. So that is cool. It's a little thin, but I think it's perfect. 9-inch pie pan, and there is your dessert. And this is a no bake, so it's super easy. All you got to do is throw it in the refrigerator, and then you have a cheesecake.